So a really funny story. Besides obviously running the warehouse and building stuff, I actually do quite a bit of work downtown for different restaurants and stuff. A couple of friends that are contractors in the HVAC, plumbing, the beer tap stuff. I've done, God, probably almost 16 or 24 like bar build outs, restaurants, tap systems, special construction installations, all that in downtown San Diego and around. So anyway, let's cruise. I watched the Iced Coffee Hour, and I'm a super fan of Graham Stephan from his channel about like real estate investing, stocks. I think I've been following him on YouTube for like at least 4 or 5 years. Super awesome. Meet Kevin, a couple of different other people that are doing a lot of stuff, where they got in as entrepreneurs, and like most of these guys were in real estate, but then diversified into many aspects. And anyway, Iced Coffee Hour is one of my favorite podcasts. They do really non-biased, like open discussion, back and forth, like giving people a chance to discuss and represent themselves without feeling like, essentially, Ben Shapiro put this really well, that you can have an open discussion and an open debate without having like a laughable just attack, where somebody's just going to be unconscionably just attacking you. Then that's not a discussion, it's not even a debate, it's just an attack, and that's not worth anyone's time. And most people that allow logic to go out the window because they're so emotionally biased on a topic, well, usually liberals and like people who lean that way, and like the woke culture. One thing he was talking about was how business on the internet and everything had been changing over the course of obviously a whole decade, as we know, with like how business is advertised, just like Gary Vee, Alex Hormozy, all these things. Why is Alex Hormozy one of the biggest names on the internet today? One, he's effing genius. 2, he also dumped a ton of money and started doing content. Like he found a kid who wanted to work for him that was working for Gary Vee, and he went out and he just dumped $250,000 into content every year, and boom, they just did an entire attack on essentially what their campaign is of like SEO and breaking the internet. Instead of using like the best wording to make one website and using ads, they also did all of the advertising, all of the videos, what's going to hit the algorithm, what's going to work the best, and they did all of that research and data and all that to create like a structured metric of like, this is what we're doing, these are the steps, and this is the program. And it just makes a lot of sense why these people are so prolific today, because they've used that, and how Gary Vee not a week ago was in Brazil and did a seminar to, I think it was like 4,500 people or something like that, and he was just drilling in that business on the internet today is all about attention. And where is that attention going? And like, how do you direct it? There's going to be people left behind because they don't want to accept the fact that AI is going to be, a commonplace tool amongst developing, amongst marketing, amongst ad writing, all these things. And if you don't choose to see it and want to, evolve and either know how to use it, know what it's capable of, how to recognize it, things like that, that you're going to miss out. And then also attention on like the fact that you can get more money spent on Google ads for sales, but you can get more traction, more leads, and more conversion in sales by literally just promoting it on social media, as well as boosting it that way. One thing that I really liked was he was talking about the best things is like get an education, start finding out like doing things. Like you might not know what to do with your life or anything like that, but just the key to fulfillment is just to just do something. And like, if that's just like, inherently making your bed, and they key in why like, religion is key for a lot of people. It's not necessarily, the right like lifestyle or fit for everyone, but it gives people something to do. Like military is another good example. Military life gives people something to do. Like you have to wake up, all right, it's time to get up, it's time to make your bed, it's time to get your boots on, it's time to go running, it's time to take care of yourself and look after yourself as an adult. It teaches youth how to become adults and responsible and accountable. It's important. Essentially just getting you in the habit of, okay, I've got these things to do, and all of that, and that's important. And then when you become an adult and you're like in the workplace, you want to get into the job market, you want to market yourself as an individual, the more you do, the more value inherently you'll always have. So when it came with investing, like especially with my businesses and stuff, One thing the quote I love is, when you're lost in the dark, push out in every direction and lean into where light shines through. I did a ton of things growing up, from flying planes, paratrooper, climbing trees, construction of all trades, GC, welding, manufacturing, engineering, all these things, piping, DOD stuff, munitions, and then getting in, obviously, in the fitness industry, equipment, things like that. And I'm like, oh, I'm passionate about this, put some attention to it, and I started to see, oh, this is kind of taking off, some light shining through. So just like with the Warehouse, I leaned into it. And then that's how, it was able to grow. And I was able to figure that out. But I mean, I did a ton of stuff. I had a beer bar one time. I mean, I was still invested in helping with building the restaurants with Barrio and stuff. But yeah, I've sold a beer bar that I had with two buddies back in the day when I was at the University of Utah, just different things like that. And, all of it was cool, but none of it was like overly successful. I just stopped operating when I had a tree company because it was too seasonal, it was too expensive, didn't make sense. But yeah, and I think that's the biggest thing, the takeaway there is like lean into something, like do as much as you can, like just like investing, diversify. And then like, oh, when something starts paying, lights shining through, we're getting a little progress here, a little bit of profit, like double down, lean into it, like figure out what direction this is going to go, and especially if it's something you're passionate about and enjoy it. And also finding that passion and eventually your purpose and like what you find fulfillment in it, creating something that most people can't do, or something that you just have fun doing that pays money. There's no wrong answer, as long as you're doing something and you enjoy it. So yeah, and if you can make decent money at it, why not? All right, so we made it back. Victor and I are gonna start tearing these down. I appreciate you, Miguel, for the hand, getting this Paramount multi-hip back here to the Warehouse gym. So this one got like super good deal. So it's gonna need some kind of like light refurbishing real quick. I wanna replace the rails with stainless. We're gonna polish any of the chrome that it might have, probably throw a new cable in it. We're gonna wire brush and hammer down the plates and then repaint them, clean it up, and then just any of the rust and stuff, just knock it off and make sure all the fittings and different adjustments are perfect. So that's what we're gonna do. We should have it in the gym this week, and then hopefully the dumbbells will be arriving at the same time. So that was fun. I'll see you guys soon. Yeah.